Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to Akim out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Now, this lesson is going to be highlighting the fact that we were once in the world too. Okay, we were once in the world. We once were into wickedness, simple, and then the process of coming into the truth, because it was a process. It's not like we stopped being wicked right away. We stopped doing what we were doing right away. Our mind was changed right away. No, everything was a process, It began to be changed, but everything has its order, everything has its time. So when we see other people, other Israelites in the world, and they come up, especially if they're not coming up combative, whether it be women or men, doesn't matter. There's going to be deliverance of women and children as well. It's not just going to change, and they would no longer be harlots. They would no longer be feminists. They would no longer be, basically controlled by the devil. All right. So once some of us were the same way. Some of us were into all type manner of wickedness. So guess what? Really, all of us, not some of us, all of us. But through the grace of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, we were able to, be delivered from that, and to walk in His marvelous light. So, which we continue to walk in, And we pray we don't turn back to the world. But us knowing that we came from that position, you have to have mercy. You have to have mercy. You have to be able to judge, right? Some brothers, it's like they need to grow up. They're not on the level to be true judges yet because they're not mature enough to understand that or to move accordingly. Yeah, these women are wicked in society. Yeah, sure, obviously. But the thing is this, that there's going to be some women that are going to be delivered. Okay? So you have to grow up in that foul. She's wearing this and that. Okay, yeah, she's wearing this and that because she's in the flipping world, man. Or the dude got dreads, he ain't right. Well, no, he's not right because he's in the world. Okay, he's in the world still. All right? But the thing is, if he's not coming up, disrespectfully, or he's not scoffing against the world or bucking up against the word of the Most High, really, we don't have no problem with the guy yet. We don't have no problem. It's when they start bucking up, they start being disrespectful, they start coming up against the world, well, then it's open season on them, man. We really don't give a damn, okay? Because they're clearly pigs. They're clearly swine. As the scripture says, cast not your pearls before swine, right? Lest they trample them and turn around and rend you. But the scriptures also say that I have become all things for all men. Paul said I became all things for all men. So we got to meet Jake where they're at. Every Jake is not the same. Every Jake, some Jakes are more simple when they first come in than other Jakes are. Some Jakes are more rebellious when they come in than other Israelites are. Even brothers when they're coming into the camp, some of them, some brothers have problems taking rebuke when they first come in. So brother might look, he's probably not of the elect. But then through a process of time, the brother begins to change. Okay, he begins to change, and and you can see the changing. So you have to have patience. You can't just be all black and white. Everything is black and white. No, that's not how the spirit works. The spirit is not black and white, man. Okay, the spirit is not black and white, man. So brothers have to really grow up in that aspect, because in order for you to be a true judge, you have to have some form of mercy and grace. Okay, you have to have some mercy and grace, and that's what makes Yahweh Shai the perfect judge, because he had that mercy and that grace, and he's bore our afflictions. He's went through what we went through in the flesh. He overcame and conquered. So when he's judging us knowing what we're going through. Okay, and having mercy based upon our situations, man. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if Yahweh Shai, everything you did, Yahweh Shai was there. Like, see, look at this nigga. Look at this nigga. right? Oh, he couldn't fast for the Sabbath. Oh, it's the Sabbath. He couldn't fast. He couldn't fast because he had to order Uber Eats. He thinks that's righteous. That's the Sabbath. You ain't supposed to order Uber Eats. You know, cast him in the outer darkness. Imagine if Yahweh Shai had that mindset. No, you have to meet Jake where Jake is at, man. Okay. All right. And yeah, this is based on the elder Manatazatba's video that he did. And those 3 sisters, and I'm gonna call them sisters, you know, because they came up in a correct spirit. They came up in a correct spirit. 3 young, beautiful black women, okay, because they were all attractive, man, okay, especially the 2 on the closest to the camera, okay. One closest to the camera was very, very attractive. All right, and yeah, we, you know, the N-dub in general, yeah, the N-dub is the enemy. But are there going to be the ones that were N-dubs in the world that transform into sisters, true sisters, right? Right? And that are delivered? Yes. Okay, yes. All right. When a woman comes up to the camp, I don't engage the women. Okay, I don't engage women. Okay, I engage men. Like when they come in, they're looking at the signs. I don't engage women. I engage the men. All right. But if a woman comes up to say something or ask a question, all right, guess what? All right, Shalom, brother, Pillars of Benjamin. Okay, you brothers go subscribe to the brother's channel. All right, when the women come up and they ask a sincere question, I'm gonna deal with them. I'm gonna answer their questions. Okay. Why? Because I understand that there's certain women that are gonna be delivered as well. So brothers, you know, they consume the red pill content. Don't become like those losers that are actually a part of these communities, man. Because the majority of those dudes that are in those communities are simps and weirdos, man. Let's just keep it 150, man. So you don't become like them, you know, like fresh and fit. These dudes are weirdos, man. As a high value woman. Well, I disagree with that. That's a stupid statement. There is such a thing as a high value woman. What's a high value woman? A virgin, someone who's loyal to her husband. Okay, a virgin and someone that's loyal. If she were to get a husband, she would be loyal. Okay, she knows how to do her womanly duties. Okay, she loves to serve. That's a high value woman. Point blank. Period. But these dudes are so black and white. Nope. You know, so don't be like these guys. We have to be still balanced. We still have to be balanced in our assessments, man. See Jake coming up, he has dreads. Well, he's not going to cut off the dreads next week. Maybe not. He's not going to cut off the dreads, maybe not next 2 months. But he cuts it off because what are the dreads? The dreads attract these women. You know, Jake, and that's what Jake is all about when he's in the world. So you have to give people time. You have to give people grace to learn this and to be built up, man. Other than that, you know, they're gonna stay on the same level. I mean, excuse me, not other than that. Other than that, right? You can kind of sway them away from hearing the truth. Because what? Because you were not balanced. That's why Paul said, "I became all things to all men." To the barbarian, I was as a barbarian. Excuse me, Salakia. To the barbarian, I was as a barbarian, right? And did he say to the publican? Not to the publican, but to the maybe he said to the Pharisee as a Pharisee. I don't remember what he said. What the other part he said, but he said as the barbarians were, he was a barbarian unto them. Which the barbarians were rough. They lived that rough life, you know, type like in the wilderness type of stuff, you know. And he preached to them as well. You know, he preached to them people that were coming out of that Greek life, and that's why he had to constantly rebuke the church of Corinth, Greece. You know, because they stayed going off. They were still in that Greekish custom. They were still tied heavily to that Greekish custom. You know, wearing the long hair. You know, the probably was shaving their beards. I'm sure they were shaving their beards. Okay, so he had to rebuke them on these different things, right? But he understood that using wisdom, because that's wisdom, that they weren't just gonna do everything right away. He had to give them a time to adjust You know, you have to give them a time to adjust. You see? Now, when the situation came up dealing with the circumcision, Paul was really against them being circumcised because he understood that they're just coming into this thing. And that's a hard thing to do. You know, certain of them had wives, right? When you do that, even the scriptures say that you got to, you know, you can abstain for a time with consent. If you get circumcision, you think you're gonna be able to just go pop your wife like that? You ain't gonna be able to pop nothing for a while. Okay, so that's, you know, it's a big decision. It's a big decision, man. You know, comes with a lot of things, man. You know, the pain of it, you know, so on and so forth, man. You understand? So Paul said, yo, listen, man, give them some time. Give them some leeway. You know, but certain jakes, nah, man. If you were Israelite, you know, you got to do this and that, this and that, this and that. Which they were not showing mercy. They were not showing grace. So being a perfect judge, we have to show mercy and grace. We have to understand where people are coming from. You have to be empathetic, actually. You have to be empathetic to what people are actually going through. Okay? And you have to put yourself in their shoes. You don't act like you just got it all. You just came into this thing fully assembled, because you didn't. Okay, and if you say you do, then you're a liar. Okay. Okay. So we needed grace and mercy. We came into this thing understanding that, you know, we were wicked, and that's part of the reason why we were contrite, and when we were so fervent for the Lord when we first came in, you know. Right? That's why the name of this channel is what? Contrition is key. Being contrite and sorrowful for the wrongs that you have done against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and hoping that he will deliver you and have mercy upon you. Because if we don't have mercy, then we will not be saved. Oh, throw out a brother. Shalom to the brother Zakar, my brother Zakar. It says, this is Acts 15:10. It says, now, therefore, why tempt ye the Most High to put a yoke upon the neck of the disciples, which neither our fathers nor we were able to bear? See, because they were putting that yoke, and they were putting the yoke heavy upon them, man. That they them, and them just coming in, of course, they're not going to be strong enough to carry that yoke around about their neck, right? So this is why Paul said, who has bewitched you? He said that they were bewitching them to be all thinking that they can be delivered by the law. Matter of fact, let me get that. That's in Jude. All right. Got the study Bible here. Give me a second, man. That's in Jude, right? Dealing with bewitching. Okay. No, not Jude. Excuse me, not Jude. Galatians. That's Galatians, not Jude. All right. I have to get my car fixed. I'm just having to get through this, man. But brothers got to grow up, man. You know. You see a particular woman. All right, and she's not she's not dressed appropriately. Okay, yeah, she's not dressed appropriately because she's in the world. But what attitude does she come in with? That's what's important, because we all had to transition. This is Acts 15:29 from the brother Pillars of Benjamin, actually starting from 28. It says, it seemed good to the Holy Spirit and to us to lay upon you no greater burden than these necessary things. Beautiful. So he wanted them to observe the necessary things. You know, the things that were needful, right? So say someone comes to the camp, you know, you tell them what? Abstain from particular meats, which is going to go into it right here. It says that ye abstain from meats offered to idols, and from blood, and from things strangled, okay? And from fornication, from which if ye keep yourselves, ye shall do well, fare ye well. So he was telling them basically, listen, abstain from eating certain meats, right? Because that's an easy thing. To not eat pork, that's easy. To not eat shrimp, that's easy. To not have blood in your food, that's an easy thing. So if a person is claims to be in the truth and he's still doing that, you know that person most likely is not right, because those are easy things to overcome. Okay, he's been in the truth for a year and he's still eating pork. That's something the dude ain't right, man. That's an easy thing. That's why Paul started with that. You know, to keep a beard on your face is really an easy thing, but that's harder than eating the meats, because that you know, you won't get as, you know, the girls will look at you funny, right? You won't you know, they'll look at you funny in the world. You might be perceived as bummy. So that I can see that being harder than the meats, but even that is an easy thing. That is an easy thing, to keep a beard on your face, to not get a lineup, okay? To not get tattoos. You understand? To not commit. Well, we're all adulterers in this place, okay? But it's a thing of not willingly committing adultery, in the sense of a man has a girlfriend and you go talk to her to try to pop her. You see what I'm saying? These are things to abstain from. All right? This is Galatians 3. This is Galatians 3 and verse 1. It says, O foolish Galatians, who hath bewitched you, that ye should not obey the truth, before whose eyes Yahushua HaMashiach hath been evidently set forth, crucified among you. This only would I learn of you: receive ye the Spirit by the works of the law? Receive ye the Spirit by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith? Because the way we received the Holy Spirit was not by observing the law, it was by having the faith in Yahushua HaMashiach. So it all starts with the faith in Yahushua. Everything comes after. Everything naturally falls into place when you're walking in the Spirit. Okay? It says, are ye so foolish? Having begun in the Spirit, are ye now made perfect by the flesh? Right? Because these things that you're doing are carnal ordinances. Although the law is spiritual, the things that you have to do within the law, you know, to abstain from this and you know, and do this when you ejaculate, you got to wash yourself. These are carnal things. Okay? Things that you have to physically do. Okay? It says, have ye suffered so many things in vain? If it be yet in vain, he therefore that ministered to you the Spirit, and worketh miracles among you, doeth he it by the works of the law, or by the hearing of faith? Even as Abraham believed the Most High, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. So his faith was accounted to him for righteousness, not that he was keeping the law, because he was not keeping the law at that time. Okay? Abraham was not circumcised when he had the faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay? When Yahweh told him to go sacrifice his son Isaac, he went and did it by faith, believing that he would raise back up Isaac. Okay? He didn't do it by the works of the law. And that's not in the law to sacrifice his son. Okay? That was all by faith. Okay? Know ye therefore that they which are of faith, the same are the children of Abraham. And the scriptures, foreseeing that the Most High would justify the heathen through faith, preached before the gospel unto Abraham, saying, in thee shall all nations be blessed. So then they which be of faith are blessed with faithful Abraham. Okay? So that's showing you that all nations being blessed is speaking about Israel, because it said they that are by faith. Okay? The only ones that are by faith are the Israelites. Everyone else is not by faith. Okay? So let's get let's go to 4. Excuse me. Salakia. Give me 1 second here. This This is the fruits of the Spirit. This is Galatians 5 and verse 16. Because when you come into this truth, you have to walk in the Spirit. Okay? This is how you please Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, not by walking in the flesh. And if you walk in the Spirit, automatically you will desire to keep the law. Okay? This Galatians 5 and 6. Unlike these Christians, okay, this is Galatians 5 and verse 16. It says, "This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. But if ye be led of the Spirit, ye are not under the law." Okay, now, right? Why are you not under the law? Because guess what? You have the grace of Yahweh Shai. Okay, you have the grace of Yahweh Shai if you're under the Spirit. Okay, it says, "Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness." Meaning what? Lasciviousness means unbridled lust. Right? You can't control yourself with your lust, and which will make you to commit adultery, which will make you to be a glutton, which will make you to be to revel, to be a reveler. Okay? It says, "Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanliness, lasciviousness," right? Idolatry, right? Because the flesh, the demons rather, they like uncleanness. They like filthiness. That's why, in order to get those spiritual powers on the left hand side, you have to do unclean acts. You have to pop a little boy, do anal and all kind of stuff, man. Eat excrement, and these are the things they do on the left hand side, man. All right. It said idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife. Okay, idolatry is going into these different philosophies, which come with their blessings on the left hand side. All right, which is instant gratification. Witchcraft, hatred, variance. Okay, meaning disagreements amongst the body. Emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies. Okay, right? So you have to control your emotions too. All right. Seditions meaning what? You're trying to rise up against the government. That's of the flesh. The Lord tells you clearly to obey in Romans the 13th chapter, to obey the ordinances. Okay, that's what He told you clearly, man. Okay, it says heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. So if you do it, if you're living your life in that way, which is how we were living before we came into the truth. This is how we were living before we came into the truth. Tell me you weren't committing adultery, and you didn't give a damn really if they had a girlfriend or not. You really didn't care. You really didn't care. Let's be real. Oh, do you have a man? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I can't do that. If she was fine, you would go deal with her, man. Tell me you wouldn't go deal with her. So these are some of the difference is when we come into the truth. Okay, uncleanness. We didn't care if we bust a nut. Oh shit! I have to go wash myself. See, now when that happens with me, I go wash myself, man. I'd be like, damn, I gotta go wash myself. My first thing, I gotta go wash myself. Your first thing after you deal with a woman, a lot of times, you'll wash yourself in the morning. You'll try to knock out. You won't be thinking about washing yourself. I'm just giving one example. There's many other uncleanness. Okay. A woman being on her menstrual cycle, you being around her. These are things we think about, man. Okay? Because we're no longer in that spirit, man. Come on, we were through. All right? All these things we did in the flesh. All these things, man. Okay? Lasciviousness, unbridled lust, man. Tell me your lust wasn't unbridled, man. Every day you were thinking about, the men thinking about getting a woman. Oh, the woman, yo, we gotta go see, where the bitches at. Yo, where the bitches at? Yo, you got some bitches with you? Oh, yo. Every day you're thinking about getting a woman. Every day he's smoking weed. A blunt. Every second you got to smoke weed. An hour goes by. Oh shit, yo. What am I doing? What am I doing in my life? Let me roll up a spliff. Right? That's called unbridled lust. You had no self-control. Your whole thing was feeding the flesh. Oh, I'm hungry. Let me go get some McDonald's. Okay? Right? Now, in the truth, I done graduated to a point, not through my power, but through the power of Yahweh Shai, where I eat one meal a day. You think I could have ate one meal a day in the world? You think that wouldn't even have been a thought to eat no one meal a day in the world, man? I love food, man. All right? In fact, I ain't eat yet. It's going up to what? 2 o'clock? Probably eating the next 2-3 hours. I don't know. I got to wait till my car gets fixed. I don't know. And it doesn't matter. All right? Lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft. Okay, idolatry, right? We were following different philosophies, weren't the truth, so we were dealing with idolatry. Okay? Witchcraft. If we were selling drugs, guess what? Certain brothers were selling drugs, crack cocaine. Okay? Me included. Okay? Whatever else. Okay? Which is not which is a really a witch's brew, which is really nothing but a damn how would you say that, man? A witch's brew, you know? A potion. These are potions. That's why they put spirits on people, man. And guess what? Weed has become a potion because weed, first of all, you're not supposed to smoke anything. That's number one. That's why you cough. When you inhale, when you're inhaling it, you cough. Okay? But weed, they got all them different crystals and this and that. They add upon it. So that's become, and some of them spray it with Windex. So that's become damn a witch's brew, man. Okay? Hatred, variance, emulations, which we did have also envyings. Okay? Envying certain people, what they have and what they, what we didn't have. Okay? Why has he got it? Yo, he's a clown. Why has he got this? Why does he got that? You see? Wrath, strife, seditions. Right? And some of us might have been, that mindset if we didn't mess with the government. You might have been in that spirit of being a damn zealot, man. Heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness. And some brothers coming into the truth may have been murderers before. Yes. May have been jailbirds. Yes. Revelings and such like. Of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things, and this is how we were living before. We don't live like this no more, man. Although we go off, the scriptures say a righteous man falleth 7 times, but getteth back up. Okay, back then, all we were doing was we were basically on the floor like a serpent eating the dust, man. We didn't get up, man. We were constantly in this state of the flesh. Tell me I'm lying. That goes for all of us, man. So when you see a brother or sister coming up and they're just getting ready to learn and they don't know nothing yet, and you see them in a certain state, you can't judge them on that. I mean, you could judge them on that where they're at now, but you don't condemn them for that. You have to see how they're coming, okay, and then you got to work with them, man. That's it. Brothers got to get out of that spirit, man. It said now, but the fruit of the spirit is love. Right? What is the love? The keeping of the commandments. He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. So that's what we desire to do. Keep the commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Joy. And we have joy knowing the future, knowing what's coming. We didn't have that. We were hopeless in the world. That's why we were all constantly drinking, constantly smoking, and some brothers doing other drugs. Because we were trying to escape reality, man. And really, that's why you appease the flesh so much, because you're trying to get away from, the hurt of this world. Peace, which comes with order. You can only have peace with order. Okay? Long suffering, which is patience. Gentleness, goodness, faith. Oh gosh. Okay, faith. I gotta go, man. These people are calling me. I gotta jump up in there. Shalom, Akim. Yahweh Shem El Shabbat Shem Kakadash Barakatah.